Welcome to the deep dive. So today we're tackling a really specific tech headache, that Janitor AI error 429.
Ah, yes. The digital roadblock.
Exactly, it just stops you cold. If you've hit this, well, we're aiming for a quick fix, but also, understanding why it happens.
Right. It's important to get the setup. Janitor AI, it's essentially acting as a proxy, right? It sends your prompts to another big API, maybe OpenAI or something similar.
Okay.
And that 429 error, it basically means that external API is saying, whoa, too much, too fast. You've used up your allowance for that moment or hit your quota.
So you've hit a wall.
You've hit a wall, exactly.
Yeah.
Our mission here is to figure out that throttling and, well, get you back to writing.
All right, let's do it. So first things first, kind of like triage, right? Need a Band-Aid or major surgery.
Huh. Yeah, good analogy. Before you do anything complicated, just check your API usage dashboard, the one for the external API, not Janitor itself.
Looking for what?
Any weird spikes, a sudden jump in requests you weren't expecting. That spike kind of confirms it's a quota thing, not some server meltdown somewhere. And if you think it might just be a temporary traffic jam,
Yeah.
the simplest thing, just wait. Seriously, take a few seconds between prompts. That little pause can often be enough to clear the immediate issue.
Okay, a breather, that's easy enough to try. But what if waiting doesn't cut it, if you're still blocked?
Right. If the pause isn't enough, then we assume the issue might be tied to the key itself, your specific API key.
Okay, so deeper problem.
Potentially.
Mm-hmm.
And this is where we get to the main fix, really. You need to generate a completely new API key.
Not just wait for the old one to reset.
Well, sometimes when you hit that 429 hard, the provider might put a temporary, let's say, slowdown flag on that specific key even after the official quota resets.
Ah, I see.
So generating a brand new key is like getting a fresh ticket. It bypasses any temporary restrictions tied to the old one. Then you just add that new key into your Janitor AI settings.
Okay, that makes sense. Like getting a new identity to get back in line. Clever.
Yeah.
But what if even that doesn't work? New key, still hitting the wall.
Okay, yeah, that happens. Now we look at a specific kind of hidden setting within Janitor AI itself. It's about how the requests are sent.
What is it?
You need to find the text streaming option. It's usually somewhere on the right under the API settings section. Turn it off.
Turn off text streaming. Why does that help?
Well, think about how streaming works. To make the text appear smoothly, word by word, it has to send a whole bunch of tiny requests really, really quickly.
Right, constantly pinging.
Exactly. And that rapid-fire communication, that's often what pushes you over the request limit and triggers the 429 error. Turning streaming off means fewer, slightly larger requests.
Okay, so it's reducing the frequency.
Yeah.
Smart. The source also mentioned something specific after changing that setting.
Yes. Refresh the chat and do it twice.
Twice, really, not just digital superstition.
Huh, no, probably not. The idea is to really force Janitor AI to reread its configuration and properly connect to the API using the new non-streaming setting. Make sure it sticks before you try again.
Got it. Double refresh. So new key, streaming off, double refresh. If you're still getting the error after all that, what then?
Okay, now we're into structural changes. Option 1, if you're consistently hitting limits, maybe you just need more bandwidth, consider upgrading to a paid plan with a higher limit from your API provider.
Makes sense if you're a heavy user. What's the other option? You mentioned something insightful.
Yeah, this is less about fixing the immediate error and more about good digital practice. Create a separate dummy account just for your API usage.
A dummy account. Why?
It's a safety thing. Use a separate account, maybe a different email just for generating keys you link to tools like Janitor AI.
How does that help?
Well, if that specific API key gets flagged, or if the API provider suddenly changes its rules and restricts things, your main personal account, the one you use for everything else, it stays completely safe, untouched by any potential restrictions on the dummy account.
That's actually really smart. It isolates the risk, keeps your primary digital identity clean.
Exactly. It's good digital hygiene, really.
Yeah.
And speaking of which, always a good idea, just generally, glance at the API's terms of service before you link it up. Just know what you're agreeing to.
Good advice across the board. Okay, so quick recap. Error 429 is about hitting those request limits.
Yep. Too much, too fast.
The fix usually involves getting a new API key.
To reset your identity with the provider.
And tweaking the configuration, specifically turning off text streaming to slow down the request rate.
Right. And don't forget the double refresh.
Double refresh. Usually that gets you back in the creative zone.
It usually does. But, here's something to think about. Stepping back a bit. Beyond just fixing this one error for Janitor AI, how does that strategy we talked about, using separate dummy accounts for API keys, how does that change how you should think about managing security for all your different AI tools?
Hmm.
What other risks are you maybe reducing by keeping that API access separate from your main online life, your main accounts? Something to mull over next time you're connecting any tool that needs an external key.
That's a great point. Thinking proactively about digital security, not just reactively.
Yeah.
Excellent. Well, thanks for joining us for this deep dive.